According to the Department of Justice, women now represent a significant proportion of all offenders under criminal justice supervision in the United States. What is the cause of this increase, and how is this being addressed in Virginia's prisons? Janice Roach is program supervisor for Norfolk Reentry Team, and Madonna Flores is a senior probation officer and with Virginia Department of Corrections. They're joining me for a discussion about a new initiative in Norfolk that tackles this trend, and it is called the GROW Initiative. So certainly with acronyms, we need to explain to people what that means and what does GROW stand for.
Sure. GROW stands for Gender Responsive Outcomes for Women. Gender responsiveness means creating an environment that is conducive to work on women's issues and address the needs that they have specific to women. Because previously, incarcerated individuals are usually men. We're used to programming towards men. But the women population is growing so much that we need to have specific programming geared towards women to address their trauma, to address life skills, to address any issues that are specific to women that we can go over with them.
Okay. This is, I don't know if refreshing is the best word to use, but it is certainly a different take. Yes. On providing services and support.
Yes, it
to
is.
Incarcerated individuals. So as a probation and parole officer, you have definitely seen the differences in what and how women may respond to certain programs and information, and how they react, how they feel.
Yes, we have. As you mentioned, the women are the fastest growing population in the criminal justice system. Currently, in the last 30 years, there has been a significant increase of women. The female prison population has increased by 800%, whereas the men population has only increased by 400% during that same time frame. In addition, the women under community supervision has also significantly increased. We've seen an increase since 1990 to 2011, where there were 481,000 women under supervision to nearly 1 million women by the end of 2011. So there's definitely a need for gender responsiveness in the criminal justice system, whether it's in the prisons, the jails, or on community supervision.
Okay. So what does this initiative involve in terms of addressing some of these things? Are there some specifics?
Yes, there are some specifics. When the Virginia Adult Reentry Initiative was adopted back in 2010, that was adopted to further the reentry practices throughout the state of Virginia, and in there it was acknowledged that gender responsive programming for females was needed. Us having that information, in addition to attending a training that was conducted by the National Institute of Corrections recently, we learned more information about women offenders and about gender responsiveness, and decided to come back to the Hampton Roads area and to further develop on that. We developed the GROW Initiative, which is a collaborative approach. And in the GROW Initiative, what we plan to do is to go out to local jails and prisons and to conduct orientations about services that are available. We conduct interviews with the women to find out what their needs may be as far as post-release, to help them better transition from incarceration. And we also sit down and talk to them about what's going on with their family circumstances. We have them to agree to participate in this initiative, and upon release, they'll be assigned to our caseloads to further work with them. In the initiative, they would agree to attend any life skills or programming that we find are necessary, and we're also in the process of establishing a women's peer support group to foster a secure environment for them to discuss any issues they may have amongst each other.
Okay, great. So this really is focusing in on the female gender, which is a significant shift.
Yes.
In thinking and also in practice.
Yeah.
I imagine the information that you do cull from these people who are voluntarily becoming involved in this will help you further advance what it is that you need to do or to make it even better.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, because male pathways into the criminal justice system are totally different than women. And women have different issues. So trauma is a big issue in their life. You know, they've had traumatic experiences that are different than men. They may have had their kids go into the foster care system. They may have had prostitution charges or sexual abuse. So if we could deal with the trauma, and we can find ways to have our community partners have or increase awareness and gender responsiveness, to have women trauma groups, etc., then we'll be able to help kind of get past that stigma of that trauma, because they keep getting re-traumatized because the issue is not getting addressed.
But having the support of others that may have gone through similar or things that maybe have been traumatic too is certainly a great way to lift people up and open them up a little bit more
Right.
to change or to address something that's been very scary to them.
Right.
There is a training, I understand, coming up too that addresses this.
There is. Ms. Flores and myself, when we came back from the National Institute of Corrections after taking that gender responsive training, we came back, put this in place, but we also wrote a technical assistance grant. And we got approved for it last week, and SAMHSA and the Trauma Informed Care is coming down July 22nd to do a trauma training for professionals in the community.
So professionals are invited to this Trauma-Informed Care, A Change in Perspective, on July 22nd, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will be at the Norfolk Workforce Development Center. That's 201 East Little Creek Road, Moores Corner, 664-7723. That's Janice, and you are hearing her right now, or you may email her if you want more information or to sign up. And this is, although it is trauma-informed care for people that may have been incarcerated, this really goes beyond those who have been incarcerated, does it not?
Yes, it's for any type of trauma, not just for those that have been incarcerated, but for any professional that's working in the field with substance abusers or mental health clients, criminal ex-offender clients. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's geared towards any adult and even juvenile.
Okay, great. And this is aggressive steps toward actually addressing something that has been there, the big elephant in the room, for a long time, and maybe people don't even see it anymore. But this is certainly a way to open up the eyes of people who work with the population, but also the community.
Yes, it is.
And we're hoping that we can reduce recidivism, for those going back into the incarceration,
Yes.
over and over again. If we can address their issues and get some of our community partners to help address those issues. And some of our community partners include, the Norfolk Sheriff's Office, Step Up, Incorporated, Opportunity, Inc., Goodwill, even the Up Center. So
Okay.
we have a lot of partners that we want to increase their awareness and just have more gender-specific, programming.
Okay. Well, this sounds like a great start. It's already off the ground and running,
Yes.
which is good. And phone numbers you saw on the screen are for Janice and for Madonna. If you want more information about the GROW initiative, please give them a call because they'd be more than happy to share what they know. If you're a professional that works with the population or with people who have experienced trauma outside of being incarcerated, it's a great opportunity to learn more about it and how to address this issue more effectively through this training, which is excellent training. And
it's free.
And it's free, and that's always a barrier you want to be able to break through, if at all possible. So what are you waiting for? Give them a call. Norfolk, is really pushing forward and trying to lead the pack and doing a lot of good things.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us and sharing great information.
Thank you, Jan.
Right. When we return, how the Norfolk Sheriff's Office is helping inmates down the road toward financial responsibility.